been talking a lot today about perseverance. Perseverance and how that word is one of those that's got ugly connotations. The way that that word is typically used in our culture is kind of ugly. If you remember how school teachers used to tell you to persevere, what that meant was bully yourself, crack the whip on yourself, make yourself do things that you don't want to do. But here's the thing, friends, although at the personal level, we can feel this kind of tug of war going on within ourselves sometimes. The truth is, when we zoom out from the personal level, there is nothing that we do that we don't want to do. It might involve a battle. It might involve 6 hours of you laid out on the sofa, looking at your gym shorts hanging on the radiator, thinking, I really should go to the gym. I really should go to the gym. Just one more YouTube video. I really should go to the gym. Just one more YouTube video. And maybe you go, maybe you don't. And it would feel like, wouldn't it? It would seem that that battle, if you do end up going to the gym, is what got you to the gym. No. That depends upon a long frame of reference. That depends upon us taking many, many moments and kind of cramming those all into the moment where you finally do decide to go to the gym. This is not how we look at things in wisdom practice. In wisdom practice, there's only one moment. And in that moment, when you're laid out on the sofa, you don't want to go to the gym. If and when you get up off the sofa and you go to the gym, that means you want to go to the gym. Are you with me? We're taking a simplified view of everything. Friends, everything becomes so much simpler when we only look at one moment. We're now looking at genuine motivation, gut level motivation, as opposed to this battle that we so often wage with ourselves in the thinking mind. So what does this have to do with perseverance, persistence? We think that word means that someone is having a battle with themselves. But it doesn't have to. The folks in this world who really nail perseverance only look persistent to the rest of us, but they're not cracking the whip on themselves. They're just doing what must be done. He who is in a constant battle with himself, she who is in a constant battle with herself, is ineffective. That person is wasting energy. I like to say it this way, and I know I've been through this model at least once recently. If you had to program a robot to do what you had to do today, how many lines of code would you dedicate to that inner battle? None. None. You just program that robot to do the next thing that needs to be done. Now you may think, well, we're not robots, Dan. No, we're not. But we can, when we run on cleaner fuel, behave more like that robot. You might think, I don't want to behave like a robot. You'll never be a robot, so don't worry. What is that clean fuel? Alignment with your greatest purpose. Alignment with the grandest vision of your life that you can conceive of. This is naturally occurring. This is not something that you conjure up. This is not something that you fabricate. This is something that remains when you remove all of your fabrication, when you drop your neuroses, and you just be. We all know what we want. We do. It's just that we're told from so many different directions what to want that we often don't think that what we want is valid. But the only valid wanting, the only valid desire, the only true desire, the only wholesome desire, is the desire that is left in your gut when you stop thinking, stop talking, and stop listening to other people. Then and only then will you crack real persistence. I struggled with the question, what do I want, for a solid year. That question was the main focus of all of my contemplation, and I was doing a lot of contemplation for a whole year. If I try to date this, I would guess it was around 2018, 2017, 2018. I was studying the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, as part of a great personal development course that I was on at the time. And that question is a strong theme throughout Stephen's book. I found that every answer I wrote down seemed empty to me. Every answer I thought of seemed empty to me. I felt like I could go right ahead and write a different answer in the next moment, and it would be equally valid. It turned out to be that whatever I was fabricating with my mind, whatever I was contriving, whatever I was making up, was indeed empty. It must be, because it's in the realm of thought. Thought has no substance. That's not to say that thoughts are not useful. But I was looking for something deeper, more genuine, more authentic. And that was never going to come from thinking. It was only when, after a year of agonizing over this question, it was only when I stopped trying to think of an answer and looked instead at my behavior that I started to get somewhere. I asked myself, what have I been doing over the past day, week, month, year, decade, lifetime? And what does that tell me about what I want? Didn't take me long to realize, friends. It was clear, based on what I was doing with my time, that what I wanted was to understand myself and reality at the deepest level. To answer the big why question that I had had since I was a little boy. The reason I had never thought to write that answer down was because my culture never told me that that was a valid thing to want. No one in my culture ever talked about understanding yourself. At least not where I grew up, southwest of England. Maybe I was just unlucky, but it took me 25 years, 30 years to find personal development, and that long to find wisdom teachings too. But I was already in touch with those teachings by the time I was considering this question, what do I want? I just wasn't fully immersed. I knew it was important to me, but I hadn't validated that deep desire to make it the primary concern of my life. And at that point, I knew, when I saw that this was what I really wanted, because it was what I was spending all my free time doing, thinking about, contemplating, then I knew that it was what I would dedicate the rest of my life to. This began a 3-year-long transition. 3 years? Longer than 3 years. Damn, if that was 2017, 2018, We're talking more 5, 6, even 7 years to this date. It was a long transition out of my old life as a musician and music teacher and into this life as a mindfulness teacher, online creator, online business coach, where I get to talk about this stuff all day. I get to talk about how I did finally come to understand myself and reality at the deepest level. And so I get to share this great solution with you. This is the most aligned I've ever been. And for that reason, from the outside, I look persistent. People tell me I'm persistent. I've been dealing with this ongoing skin condition recently. I don't want to be anywhere but right here in front of this camera right now. So if I'm unwell and still wanting to come and do this, well, that's perseverance, persistence in motion. That's the demonstration of what it is. But you see, it's not that I'm doing something I don't want to do. It's that I've aligned to what I really do want to do. And that means I'm able to do things which might look effortful, create lots of content each day, talk to lots of people each day, coach people through really difficult problems. I know this wouldn't be for everyone, but it's aligned for me. So I could say it's easy to persist in this. It's easy to persevere with this. But another way to say it is I'm not persisting. I'm not persevering. I'm really just being. I contrive nothing. I fabricate nothing. I think of nothing. I'm not thinking, what shall I do next? I make plans, but they all come from that gut level. The planning is only for logistics. What's at the root is the natural wish to do good, which is our birthright. This is right there for all of us, beneath all of the layers of faulty emotional conditioning that we've picked up. And who knows how it will manifest for you, friend? Maybe you'll come out online and do something similar to what I'm doing. In some way, you will be helping people, because that's the only game in town. We just want to do good when we get rid of our own emotional baggage, when we get clear on how things really are. What else is there to do? We just want to benefit others and ourselves. Just so happens that the technology is here now for us to do that at huge scale with very little effort. Comparatively speaking, for the amount of people that we're able to impact, the effort is tiny. Now, I'm working 7 days a week right now. Lots of hours here at this desk. But I put work in air quotes because it doesn't feel like work. It feels like play. Or at the very least, it feels like this movement of benefit, this natural wish to do good. This is possible for everyone. This is possible for you. If you want to talk about it, leave me a comment, DM me on X or Instagram, sign up for my email list. There's a link below, and then you're welcome to email me at any time. I would love to hear your reflections on this video. Good to see you, friend. Catch you next time.